ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين.
Either of those. I'd say
Okay, there you go. That's better.
Yeah.
So you do have an indication there's a higher power.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good with you, right?
Yeah.
That higher power is not a man or a monkey or a blue guy or a cow. It's a creator.
To me, maybe it's like a connection.
Connection to
each other.
Okay.
That's what.
Like we may be connected like by language or by ethnicity or by friendship. That's not God, right? God, like where do you think humans came from?
I probably come from like scientific.
I'm with scientific.
Angle.
I'm with a scientific angle all day long, right?
Darwinism.
Well, Darwinism is not necessarily the scientific angle. It's a theory, right?
Yeah.
Darwin believed that certain races, like the African people, were less evolved and inferior to the white race. Would you think that's correct?
It was definitely used in a bad way.
Would you think, Harry?
No, of course not.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, good. So then you're not really taking Darwin's approach, because Darwin felt women were less evolved. They were inferior to men in evolution. Would you agree to that? No, right?
I agree to that.
So you don't believe that certain races are less evolved than others, so then you don't really ascribe to Darwinism. So let's leave Darwin out of this, right? Let's take the theory of evolution in general then, right? Now, the theory of evolution believes that we evolved over time, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what's your name again? Harry, right?
Yeah.
Harry, we're just going to be very honest with each other. All right? All right, good.
Always.
So I have a phone.
Yeah.
Right? It recognizes me, it unlocks, right?
Nice.
Yeah, it can take pictures of you. You can speak to it, right? Hey Siri, should come up, right? There it is. How you doing? Right? Would you believe me if I told you that this one, I'm not talking about just this particular iPhone in my hand, evolved over billions of years? It was a grain of sand, and then it evolved into a clump of sand, and then it evolved into a brick, and then that brick, out of necessity to survive, it started moving somehow. It just evolved.
It's a good theory,
right? So I'm not done yet, right? And then
maybe,
and then
probably not though.
Probably not, right? And then that brick, we're not even done it yet. It developed cameras, right? It developed back cameras at first, but then you couldn't take selfies with it, so it developed a front camera by itself, no engineers, no redesign, no factory, nothing. And then over billions of years, it developed a power button, and it developed Siri by itself, and intelligence, and it started taking pictures at command by itself. Would you really believe me, Harry? Be honest, bro.
It's hard to compare a phone and a human.
I didn't compare anybody.
I'm sorry.
You jumped ahead.
I jumped ahead.
You did. My question to you isn't about human evolution. My question is only, would you believe me that this phone evolved by itself?
Oh, no.
You would not. Of course not. Well, why not?
Because it was created by humans.
How do you know that?
What, the iPhone?
Yeah. You're stating. I know you think it was, but you're stating it as a fact. But I'm just asking, how do you know? Did you ever see anybody create it? You were told that.
I told that.
Yeah, I get that,
I
right?
think I've been to the factory.
You've never been to the factory. You definitely weren't there when Steve Jobs was sitting and meddling with it, or the engineers and who they were. We don't know any of that, right?
Yeah.
So that means we don't really know. Right? We're just taking somebody's word for it. Somebody said Steve Jobs invented the iPhone, and then a child labor factory in China made it, and then they made another one, and they made another one, and we're just kind of taking their word for it, even though we've never seen it. But why would it make no sense if I was to say, no, that's all cap, in reality this evolved, is because it has design, right? It makes sense if somebody programmed it. Right? Because how did it just recognize my face and not yours? Right? How does it take a picture? Where did the lens come from? it doesn't make sense that lenses came by themselves. So when somebody told you, hey, you know, there was a designer who designed it and it made sense, and you believed it even though you didn't see it, right? What's more complex? Now we get to the question, right? You or the phone?
Definitely us.
Right? So isn't it funny that would make no sense that a phone evolves by itself, but the human evolved by himself? Like, how did we as a species get 2 eyes, not 3? Like, who made that decision? Did we have like a big meeting and we all said, hey guys, I think 2 is a good number? Because me personally, I would have been like, yo, I want the 8 like a spider.
Yeah.
A spider got 8 eyes. That's cool, man. Imagine you get 8 eyes, you'd be like seeing back of you and all that, right?
Yeah.
But we only have 2 eyes, right? How did we randomly mutate to who you are? Do you see random mutation? Do you see a guy with a horn, right? Or a guy with feathers or claws, right? So random mutation, and again, I'm pro-science. We're using the scientific method right now. We're putting that hypothesis to the test. Random mutation should mean we're all randomly mutating, and then whichever one of them survives, and that's natural selection. I get it. So there should be humans with claws, and when you go to a UFC fight, those claws rip you up. He gets a girl, he survives. The rest of us non-claw guys, we get wiped out. But I don't see humans with claws. I don't see humans with feathers. I don't see humans flying. I don't see humans with tails. I don't see humans with horns, right? So then the question gets to be, 7 billion people around the world, how did we all evolve in the same manner? Like, how did we all come together and go, you know what guys, 2 legs. Forget those 4-legged animals, I like the 2 legs. That doesn't make sense. See, it's a theory. People think as if it's like a fact. Like as if we put it to a clinical trial and we saw species evolve, but we haven't. We look at fossils. Be a part of the da'wah team. Like, subscribe, share, comment. You got to do your part for the da'wah. Figure things out. And we find a skeleton and we go, you know what? I'm going to call that a Neanderthal. Well, what's a Neanderthal? Might just be a human with a weird head, you know? No, that's a Neanderthal. And I was taught in school that there was primates, and then they became Neanderthals, and then they became Homo sapiens, right? And you became Homo whatever erectus, right? So they had this little graph, right? Okay, primate, Neanderthal, Homo erectus. And now they're like, just kidding. You know what? We found other skulls, Neanderthals and Homo erectus, they were at the same time. What? I mean, I see some brothers right now, I'm like, you look like a Neanderthal, right? So I'm saying is, you know, again, that's all just looking at rocks and fossils and skulls and coming up with ideas. I was taught dinosaurs had scaly, lizard-looking skin. All the movies, Jurassic Park. Now they're like, you know what? Even the land dinosaurs had feathers.
Yeah, they got feathers.
Right? So, like, are we just guessing here?
Yeah.
So, even if you take the theory of evolution, how did that begin? Can something come from nothing?
Oh no.
Right? So there had to be something that created the first cell. There is the minimum gene concept. You can go home, Google it, look it up. That the first living cell had to have had a minimum set of genetics for it to survive. That's something we can actually prove in a controlled environment clinical trial, unlike the theory of species evolving, right? So if you take that cell and you start taking genetics out, under 300, what we have seen, it collapses. Here arrives with a 200, but so that means the first living cell had to have that set of genetics for it to have survived. Well, the question to an evolutionist is, well, who put that there? And if it didn't, it could not have survived. It would have fallen apart. You see what I'm saying? So that means that first living cell had to have had that minimum set of genetics. So we believe as Muslims that there is a creator who created us. We don't say it's a man. We don't say it's a blue guy with a red tongue or all this weirdness. No, it's a creator above. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٌ. There is nothing even comparable to him. He is the greatest. We don't make a human image or any other kind of image out of him. Whatever he told us about himself in the scriptures, we believe in it. That's it, right? Doesn't that make sense, Harry?
Yeah, I like it.
I like it. Makes sense, right?
I like it.
All right, now
I gotta run. I got a class starting.
we'll take a class, take the Quran, read.
Thanks for the chat.
But just remember, pray to that one creator to guide you.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much, Ari.
Bye.
Have a great day.
You
Be
too.
a part of the da'wah team. Like, subscribe, share, comment. You got to do your part for the da'wah.
قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني